Welcome back and welcome to this demo of the functionality provided by IAM groups. What we're going to do in this demo is use the same architecture that we had in the IAM users demo, so the Sally user and those two S3 buckets, but we're going to migrate the permissions that the Sally user has from the user to a group that Sally is a member of. Before we get started, just make sure that you are logged in as the IAM admin user of the general AWS account, and as always, you'll need to have the Northern Virginia region selected. Now, attached to this video is a demo files link that will download all of the files you're going to use throughout the demo. So to save some time, go ahead and click on that link and just start that file downloading. Once it's finished, go ahead and extract it and it will create a folder which contains all of the files you'll need as you move through the demo. Now, you should have deleted all of the infrastructure that you used in the previous demo lesson. So at this point, we need to go ahead and recreate it. Now, to do that, attached to this lesson is a one-click deployment link. So go ahead and click that link. Everything is pre-populated, so you need to make sure that you put in a suitable password which doesn't breach any password policy on your account. So I've included a suitable default which includes some substitution, so that should be okay for all common password policies. So just go ahead, scroll down to the bottom, click on the capabilities checkbox and then create stack. That'll take a few moments to create, so I'm going to pause the video and resume it once that stack create has completed. Okay, so that's created now. So click on Services and open the S3 console in a new tab. This can be a normal tab. Go to the CatPix bucket, click Upload, Add File. Locate the demo files folder that you downloaded and extracted earlier. Inside that folder should be a folder called CatPix. Go in there and then select merlin.jpg, click on Open and Upload. Wait for that to finish. Once it's finished, back to the console, go to Animal Pics, upload again, add files. This time inside the Animal Pics folder, upload thor.jpg again and click Upload. Once that's done, go back to CloudFormation, click on Resources, click on the Sally user. Inside the Sally user, click on Add Permissions, attach existing policies directly, select the Allow All S3 Except Cats, click on Next Review, and add permissions. So that brings us to the point of where we were in the IAM users demo lesson. So that's the infrastructure set back up in exactly the same way as we left the IAM users demo. So now we can click on Dashboard. You'll need to copy the IAM sign-in users link for the general account. So copy that into your clipboard. And again, you're going to need ideally a separate browser, a fully separate browser, or you can potentially use a private browsing tab in your current browser. But it is just easier to understand, probably for you at this point in your learning, if you have a separate browser window. I'm going to use an isolated tab because it's easier for me to show you. And you'll need to paste in this IAM URL because now we're going to sign into this account using the Sally user. So go back to CloudFormation, click on Outputs, and you'll just need the Sally username. So copy that into your clipboard. Go back to this separate browser window and paste that in. And then enter the password that you chose for Sally when you created the stack. Then move across to the S3 console and just verify that the Sally user has access to both of these buckets. The easiest way of doing that is to just open both of these animal pictures. So we'll start with Thor. Thor's a big doggo, so it might take some time for him to load in. There we go, he's loaded in. And the CatPix bucket. And we get access denied because remember, Sally doesn't have access to the CatPix bucket. That's as intended. So now we'll go back to our other browser window, the one where we logged into the general account as the IAM admin user. And this is where we're going to make the modifications to the permissions. We're going to change the permissions over to using a group rather than directly on the Sally user. So click on the Resources tab first and select Sally to move across to the Sally user. Now note how Sally currently has this managed policy directly attached to her user. So step one is we're going to remove that. So remove this managed policy from Sally. So detach that. That now means that Sally has no permissions on S3. And if we go back to the separate browser window that we've got Sally logged into and then hit refresh, see, she doesn't have any permissions now on S3. So now back to the other browser, back to the one where we logged in as IAmAdmin, and then we'll click User Groups. And then we're going to create a developers group. So click on Create New Group and call it Developers. So that's the group name. Then down at the bottom here, this is where we can attach a managed policy to this group. So we're going to attach the same managed policy that Sally had previously directly on her user. So allow all S3 except cats. So type allow into the filter box and press enter. And then check the box to select this managed policy. We could also directly at this stage add users to this group, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do that as a separate process. So click on Create Group. So that's the developers group created. So notice how there's not that many steps to create a group, simply because it doesn't offer that much in the way of functionality. So open up the group. The only options that you see here are user membership and any attached permissions. Now, as with a user, you can attach inline policies or attach managed policies, and we've got the managed policy. But what we're going to do next is to click on users and then add users to group. And we're going to select the Sally IAM user and click on add user. So now our IAM user Sally is a member of the developers group, and the developers group has this attached managed policy that allows them to access everything on S3 except the cat pics bucket. So now if I move back to my other browser window where I've got the Sally user logged into, and then refresh, now that the Sally user has been added to that group, we've got permissions again over S3. If I try to access the cat pics bucket, I won't be able to because that managed policy that the development team have doesn't include access for this. But if I open the animal pics bucket and open Thor again, he's a big doggo, so it will take a couple of seconds, but it will load in that picture absolutely fine. So there we go, there's Thor. And that's pretty much everything I wanted to demonstrate in this lesson. It's been a nice, quick demo lesson. All we've done is create a new group called Developers. We've added Sally to this developers group, and we've removed the managed policy giving access to S3 from Sally directly and added it to the developers group that she's now a member of. And you'll note that no matter whether the policy is attached to Sally directly or attached to a group that Sally is a member of, she still gets those permissions. And that's everything that I wanted to cover in this demo lesson. So before we finish up, let's just tidy our account up. So what we need to do is go to developers and then detach this managed policy from the developers group. So detach it, then go to groups and just delete that developers group because it wasn't created as part of the CloudFormation template. And then as the IAmAdmin user, open up the S3 console. And we need to empty both of these buckets. So select cat pics, click on empty. You'll need to type or copy and paste permanently delete into that box and confirm the deletion, then click exit. Then select the animal pics bucket and do the same process, copy and paste permanently delete, and then confirm by clicking on empty and then exit. Now we've done that, we should have no problems by opening up CloudFormation and selecting the IAM stack and then hitting delete. And again, note, if you do have any errors deleting this stack, then just go into the stack, select events, and see what the status reason is for any of those deletion problems. And it should be fairly obvious if it can't delete the stack because it can't delete one or more resources, and it will give you the reason why. That being said, at this point, assuming the stack deletions worked successfully, we've cleaned up our account. So that's everything I wanted to cover in this demo lesson. Go ahead, complete this video, and when you're ready, I'll see you in the next lesson.